our 320 project presentation. We'll go over our development project followed by our PPA die-line, or our PPA project. I'm Laurie Ramage.
I'm Caitlin Reeder.
And I'm Grayson Ward. So we're going to start off talking about our development project. And what we were to do is we worked with the food science group, and we needed to create a primary and secondary package to hold the cookie that they made. And we also needed to make appropriate graphics for our target market on the secondary package. What we started out first thing is we made a timeline to keep us on track, and then we just recently shipped off the food for the competition.
Our company that we developed, we said that it's currently a health foods company for adults, and they're just reaching into the children's market, and so we wanted to really have a nice logo that stood out to the parent because they would see this, trust this brand, and want to buy it for their kids. This was our original design, the green, the actual leaf. When we put it in the package, we got a lot of feedback and realized that it really looked more like part of the picture rather than a logo that would stand out. So with this, we took that feedback and we redesigned our logo into this sunshine green leafy symbol that we have now.
And as we said, we had to do a primary and a secondary package. It was pretty simple for us to decide on the primary. It's what's typical of snack and cookie cakes today. So we just put it in a clear pouch. And this is what we resulted in on our final prototype for our box. We wanted everyone focuses on recyclability and downsizing materials, but we decided that we wanted to go for a reusability structure. But rather than making it just a carton that you rip apart, throw away, never see again, we wanted to make it kind of nicer with this drawer style so that you could possibly use it again for your kids. And so the top picture is it closed up. And as you can see on the bottom, as you pull the kids off the bus, they're doing healthy, fun activities outside.
So what we wanted to do is we wanted to put our brand logo in many places so that the parents would see it and recognize it as a trusted brand, and then they would want to get this product for their kids. And here, this is the PDP, the main display, and we put the brand logo up in the top left for the Gutenberg diagram. And then as you flow down diagonally to the bottom right, you see the Wheelie's brand name, and we blocked that out so that it would stand out a whole lot better and it would catch your eye. We used kind of a line art hand drawing that looks a little more exciting and would definitely appeal to the kids. And then for legal requirements, we have the net weight there on the bottom left.
This is the back panel of our package. We wanted to continue the story. I'm going to say it over and over. So we used a crossing guard because it goes along with school bus, kids going to school, to say stop, because everybody recognizes a stop sign, so we incorporated our reuse sign into that. We also used a chalkboard because children are used to learning off a chalkboard. They're familiar. They can recognize that. Also, we wanted to keep really short lines of type because kids especially have trouble reading as it is, and so we didn't want it to be overwhelming. On the back, we took this opportunity to describe the different ways that you can reuse this box. This is the inside back panel, so when you pull it out on the other side, this is what you see. We wanted to continue the story in the box. So we have a maze where they got to get the healthy kids to school so they can really interact with the package and literally leave their mark. We also wanted to emphasize the nutritional value of our product. And so with this, we incorporated a word find, and it actually has the ingredients of our cookie in the word find.
On the front of the bus, like we said, we wanted this to be a reusability product. So in order to promote that idea, rather than just say you can reuse it, we gave them a way to label it so that can actually go into this kid's room. So if they have more than one, it's not what's in this one, it's here you put your contents. On the back panel, we have so much color and so much bright, look at me everywhere, and on the back it just looked so plain compared to everything, so we decided to jazz up our barcode and add a punch of color. And to promote the sustainability aspects of our box, we added a little insert on the bottom to explain some more sustainable qualities of the package. This is just an example of how they could be reused. As you can see, they are all the same, but they all have their contents labeled so that they can have all different objects. This is like an art room setting, or what would you use it for?
As we said, a main part of this project was working with food science. So what we started out doing is making a design brief and audit. Then we went to idea collaboration back and forth. And then we had to make sure of our product and package compatibility, make sure everything would fit inside and it would hold the weight of all the cookies. And then finally we submitted it off to the group and they sent it off to the competition. And next we're going to talk about our PPA project.
So essentially this project, as we already went over with the other group, is to put a paper-mache globe into a package that promotes Earth Day, but the catches were that it had to be visible and it had to be spun. Since it's made of paper-mache, it was really important to us to make a structure that would definitely adequately protect such a delicate product. These are some of our initial brainstorming ideas. We decided to go with the one in the middle because it not only did it give us the most printability, like print surface, but it looked like it was going to be the most sound structure for the paper-mache globe.
Our first step in creating our package was to simply recreate our inspiration. From this, we decided we would modify it as we went, but we needed a base to work off of. Our next step was to add the flaps down because we really wanted to make a tree coming up and then wrapping around the package. That was our overall goal. So we added the flaps to come down, and so there'll be limbs wrapping around. You can also see here we kind of curved it so it would have more of a tree shape. The problem with that package was that the panels were they were just on the panels. They weren't in the corners. And so when we cut the box out, it wasn't sturdy at all. We did not trust it to protect our very precious paper-mache globe. Drawing on our packaging knowledge, we know that the strength in a box is in the corners. So we rotated the vertical columns, if you will, to the corners to create a lot more rigid of a structure. Our next task was to move away from glue flaps. This is a tiny package. It's a pain to glue, and it just was a mess. And to promote Earth Day, we wanted to limit the use of adhesives and anything except what we really had to use. With this, we changed all of our glue flaps to tuck tabs, and we really experimented with different tuck tabs to see which one would work. None of us were really familiar with designing for tuck tabs. We went with the design that's on the top because it worked the best. Our final step, it took about 50 steps in between each one, was just to add the organic contours to really outline the tree. We also added a recycle symbol on the top because as you look through the recycle symbol, you can really save the earth. So through recycling, we save the earth.
So inspiration is typical of like what we thought Earth Day represents: nature, outdoors, saving the planet. Like Laurie said, with those posts, when we had that concept, the graphics almost came organically, like what fits there best in a tree. So we first wanted to go with the hand-drawn look, so I pen sketched a tree, and we were liking it at first, but when we moved the posts to the corners, it just didn't accommodate the space we created very well, so we knew we needed to move away from that, but maybe just manipulate another tree. This is what we finally resulted with. We kept it all neutral browns and greens, which are Earth Day colors, natural colors. We went with a white writing, as you'll see in a final picture, so that it would stand out because we knew we were going to use a natural paperboard. And I think it came out great with the trees and the branches. Like everything is like very curvy lines, which are going to accentuate on the globe. So this is to show how it would open. What's really special about this as well is that in order to take this box, like open it up, take the globe out, you don't destroy the package whatsoever. It can be put right back. So that was that's a more sustainable package than something you throw away. Also, the way that we arranged this, when we put it on to be cut out, it nests almost perfectly. So we knew we wouldn't have to use nearly as much material laying it out this way. This is our final in the package. Like I said, we decided to go with the natural paperboard to promote the sustainable quality of it. The white writing just really popped off against rather than black. We didn't want to make our graphics so showy that it took away from what is really important, and this is this globe that they're trying to sell and promote.